that shit gets really, really scary. That's why I hate the whole narrative of, like you said, oh girl, yeah, he pulled up on me. My nigga crazy.
Dude.
I don't like
and
that.
he is, and you need to get away from that.
But people don't understand that
Uh-huh.
until you're at a point to where like a nigga could be choking you out. Bitch, I'm gasping for air.
Literally.
You don't care. Or to the point where I don't want you to call me on no caller ID. Like I'm fucking scared.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when I see people glorify that, I'm like,
It's crazy because I was in a situation. I talked to Dre about this before. Remember I told you how like me and my ex was in my room fighting for hours? And when I say fighting, I'm not talking about arguing. Like we was physically in there like
fighting.
Yeah.
fighting.
Fighting.
And it was like, I woke up the next morning and I was like, this is, I
Crazy. Yeah.
was
But,
like,
but
how
he's probably
the
cuddled
fuck?
up. He was probably cuddled
Oh
up,
yeah.
babe.
Like, oh my God. And then
It's
it's
a new
like,
day to him. Oh, you know, that was
We love
yesterday.
each other.
yeah. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, this is what we do. But then it's like, I finally woke up the next morning. I'm like, what the actual fuck am I doing? Like, I'm too old for what are you fighting a grown man for? Like, literally in there fighting for hours. Like, wrong move. I could have literally, either one of us could have lost our lives because that's how
Yeah.
accidents happen. And so it's like, I say all that to say, it's like, I just really want, I always say this because I know we have a lot of young
Yeah,
listeners.
we do.
When a nigga is acting crazy, I don't care if it's in the beginning stages, whatever. Y'all need to leave.
It's not a sign.
It
babe.
is not a sign that
And
nigga
it's gonna
cares
get
about
worse.
you. It's gonna
not
get
gonna
worse.
get no better.
It's gonna get worse.
Always gets worse.
My ex had a house to where he had the key to get out.
What you mean?
So I couldn't get out.
So he could lock you in there.
Right.
See,
I'm talking about this used to be some Lifetime movies.
Yeah.
So how did you decide, just so you know you can help like the girls that are younger than us and younger than you, like what made you be like, okay, I'm not dealing with this shit no more, I'm leaving?
He was in jail and his baby mama had called me.
Mm-hmm.
And I really had fucked with his child. Like I really loved his child. And me and his child's mother had got a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So while he was incarcerated, she called me, letting me know that he was like, calling her phone, saying this and that, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. Whether it was true or not, bitch, I'm fucking gone.
Yeah.
It was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back.
Right.
Like him doing this didn't do it, and all the big shit didn't do it. But that one little phone call,
Right.
that was just like kind of sealed the deal. It woke me up.
Yeah. But that be a sign from God. Maybe
Yeah.
it didn't need to be something.
Yeah, it
big.
should have been a sign when that nigga got arrested. That I was
Right.
like, you know what?
Mhm.
But nah, I took my sign after that.
But you know, it's okay. We human.
We
you know,
human. We-
sometimes what Lex, saying Lex always like to say, sometimes God gonna throw a pebble, then he
Yup.
gonna throw a rock, then he gonna throw a brick.
Oh
Yeah.
no, let me tell you, that happened for a reason. And it was only for the reason of God to test me.
Yep.
Because as soon as I left that relationship, I went viral.
And you,
That's crazy.
You started
You know
getting your
what's crazy?
blessing.
Does he ever try to like reach out to you, your ex?
I'm calling the police, literally, till this fucking day.
That's crazy.
To this fucking day.
But you know what? I don't want to offend people by saying this. I was having a conversation with my best friend the other day, and we were talking about like the whole Wendy Williams situation and like
Yeah.
how she's like down bad. She's really, really sick. Seeing that documentary, it really hurt me. But I was like, honestly, a lot of when I used to be a Wendy Williams fan. I still am. I pray for her
I
all
know
the time because
exactly what you're about to say.
Wendy's Williams downfall, if you really know her story, it's because of that man.
that nigga, yeah.
It's because of that man.
For sure.
I don't know what was going on in that household or what he was doing because the fact, he's trying to sue her now for back pay for
He say
divorce
he
for like
needed
2
it
years.
because he can't live he can't sustain his lifestyle without the money she was giving him.
Wendy is she's having a hard time with like her memory or something, right?
He has dementia.
Dementia. So on the documentary, they're talking, they're having a conversation, and she was like, he don't have no money.
She remember that though. You don't forget about
You don't forget about a broke nigga doing something to you. And not even about him being broke. That man did something to her, and her brain can still connect the dots.
That man hurt her deep. I heard he was her coke dealer. He had
was roughing her
girlfriends,
up.
baby mama.
He was doing something to her. I don't care what. Listen, I truly believe that a man can really be, because women, when we love, our love is a little different.
we love deep.
So I think for Wendy, it was like she felt like she had like a ride or die, So I say all that to say because I had an ex that reached out to me like 2 days ago. And it was so crazy because this is one of my exes that, like, I used to live with him. Him and my mom had a close relationship, and my mom passed. So it's like when people who knew my mom, it's like, you know, I feel a little different with them.
connection.
A little different connection. So it was like he reached out to me. He was like, "Oh, I'm so proud of you. It's crazy that we didn't end up together because I feel like you wouldn't be where you are because I was holding you back and da da da." But I appreciate the message, but when I tell you men are so sneaky, because if I said come to Atlanta and let's work this out, you would have been on the first thing smoking.
That was the whole reason he sent the message.
Exactly.
He was
if
hoping.
You're not that fucking proud.
that's what I'm saying. Because if you can be proud from a distance and be like, you know what, I'm gonna leave her alone and let her do her
For
thing.
sure.
Because it's like men will drain you if you let them.
Every time.
If
It's
you let them.
always a motive.
Yes.
It's always a motive. And some women don't wake up from that. But I used to tell my friend this: when God shows you signs to leave somebody alone, you better listen, because sometimes he will put you in a position to where you have to surrender to him. Because I remember I had a good friend. Her boyfriend was horrible. When I say horrible, it was like she was losing weight. She was having mental breakdowns. He was abusive. He was cheating, having babies here and there. And it was so many instances where she could have left him, but she didn't. She almost broke herself not. And then she found him dead.
Ooh.
And that crushed her.
Right.
But I specifically had a conversation with her, and I said, you need to let him go before God makes you let him go.
Yep.
What happened?
Right. And then you'll be in a situation to where it's like, damn, I should have listened. Like, you know, I could have been here living my life. I would have been a little sad.
Right.
But
You would have been okay.
But you would have been removed from
I'm
it, though.
telling you, it is a reason for the season,
I'm
baby.
telling you, even when